All right. Okay, so let's do this together. So again, what we want to do is we want to find the mean and the median. So let's find the mean first. You know, again, we did do that last time. We did, we did do that last time. Okay. So from here, okay, to get the mean, remember, what you normally would do is add up all the data values and divide by how many there are. And since we have a frequency table, you know, what we can do instead is this. We don't have to list all the data one by one. You know, write out 25 12 times, 41 10 times, and so on. What we can do is this. We know 25 would be listed 12 times, so we do 25 times 12, right? You're adding up 25 to itself 12 times, which is the same as 25 times 12. 41 is listed 10 times, right? So you would have 41 times 10, okay? 38 times 15 you would have, okay? 50 times 18, 46 times 17, okay? Right, so again, you're just basically multiplying each data value by its frequency, okay? That's what you're doing. And then for the sum, for the number of data values, you know, you have to add up the frequency, and that's what we're doing down here. So again, each data value times its corresponding frequency, right? 25 times 12, 41 times 10, 38 times 15, and so on. And you're dividing by the sum of the frequencies, because that's how many data values there are. Okay? And what do we get? Well, on top we have these numbers divided by the number of data values, which is the mean, which turns out to be 41.14. Okay, now for the median, that's for the mean. Okay, for the median, well, if you were to add up the frequency as we did here, we got 72, which is even. So we have to figure out 72 over 2, that's 36. So we need the 36th data value and the 37th data value when they're listed from smallest to biggest, from smallest to largest. All right, so we sort it. As you can see, that's what we're doing here. 25 is first. Then next would be 38. Its frequency we keep with it. 41 we keep with 10. 46 we keep with 17. 50 we keep with 18. Okay, as so. That's what we're doing. Then, right, we want to get the 36 and 37 data value. That's what we said. Good. Make sure I didn't make a mistake. So the first 12 we know are equal to 25, right? Meaning data values 1 through 12 are 25. Now next, the next 15 equal 38, right? So that means 13, 14 up to 12 plus 15, which is 27. Those all equal 38. Okay. The next 10 data values all equal 41. So what is that? That's 28, 29, up to 27 plus 10, which is 37. So those data values all equal 41. I know before we would keep going, but here we can just stop because the 36 and 37 data values both equal 41. So the median would be, I guess, technically the average of them, which is still 41. Okay, so that's what we get here. Any questions on this? All right. So that's for the mean and the median. Another data set, another measure of the center, so to say, would be is the mode. The mode is the data value that appears most frequently. Now, before, we only worked with quantitative data. The mode can also be used with qualitative data, especially since the mean and median cannot be computed then generally. Remember, qualitative data, that's the data that you cannot perform arithmetic calculations with meaningfully. You know, like colors, zip codes, telephone numbers, things like that. But the mode, however, you can do with both types of data. Again, it's just the data value that appears most frequently in the data set. Helps us describe data. So for instance, from an earlier example with favorite color, this is the frequency table we had, and the mode is the data value with the highest frequency, which in this case would be orange. So the color that came up most often from that survey, I think it was a survey we did, was orange. That's what the mode is. Okay. So that's what a mode is by definition. Now, you could have a data set where there's more than one mode. That can happen. You can also have data sets where there's no mode. That means all the frequencies are the same when there's no mode. Here, I modified the data a bit. We have two modes. We have orange and white. They both appear the most often, as you can see. They both appear the most often. So because of that, orange and white are the modes. I think in that case, people say they're bimodal, but I don't know that for sure. That's what happens here. And here, there's no mode. Oh, here there's no mode because they all appear the same number of times. They all have the same frequency. So that can happen also. So that can also happen. Okay. Let's see. Let's do another one together. Yeah?
If all the frequencies are the same except for one, does that mean that, like in this example, you would have 5 modes because one would be less?
That could happen, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Good question. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Here's another one. I was going to have everyone try this, but I figured there was enough let me tries so far, so let's do this one together. Well, I don't know if I sent the solutions, although I'll post the notes on Blackboard. I did post the notes from last week and videos as well. Those are posted. So let's do this one together. You want to find the median, you want to find the mode, and you want to find the mean from this data, from this frequency table. Okay? So that's what we want to do. I mean, some of them you could figure out right away. Well, the mode you could probably figure out right away. From what it looks like, which one? Oh, 50 is the mode. I almost said 46, but 50 has the highest frequency. So 50 looks like the mode in this example. Okay, that's good. Let's first do the median. Remember, you have to sort the data, right? From smallest to largest. Keep every data value with its corresponding frequency. So 15, for instance, you would keep with 10. 25, for instance, you would keep with 12, and so on. Okay, so that's what you would do. Okay. Okay. So again, we sorted the data from smallest to biggest. If you were to add up the frequencies, okay, wait a minute, did I? Oh, no, okay, that's right. For some reason, I thought I sorted it wrong, but it's right. So basically here, okay, if we were to add up the frequencies, that's how many numbers there are, right? And you have to do that when finding the median. Okay, well, if you were to add them up, you get 100 data values. Okay, you get 100 data values here. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, to get the median, we need the data value in the 50th position, 100 over 2, and 100 over 2 plus 1, and the 51st position. That's what we need, the data values in the 50th and the 51st position. Okay, that's what would happen. Okay, so again, let's approach it like before. I mean, theoretically, you could list all the data values if you really wanted to, but I don't want to do that. So let's do it this way. The first 10 all equal 15, right? Okay, that's good. The next 12 equal 25. But what are the next 12? Well, it's 11. That's not subtraction. That's 11, 2. I probably should have written 2, but hopefully everyone understands what I mean. 11, 2, 10 plus 12, which is 22. So those data values all equal 25. Okay. The next 15 equal 38. That's 23, 24, up to 22 plus 15, which is 37. Okay. So that's what we get here. Oh, excuse me, they all equal 38. That's what they are. So that's what happens there. The next 10, which is 38 to 47, right? 37 plus 10. Those equal 41. And finally, the next 10 after that equal 43. So that'd be 48 up to 47 plus 10, which is 57. So those equal 43. So the 50th and the 51st data values, or the data values in the 50th and the 51st position, both of those equal 43. And so because of that, the median then is 43 plus 43 over 2, which is 43 in this case. I know here they came up to be the same in the previous examples they did as well. But again, you don't want to always assume that, though. Okay, you don't want to assume that. I mean, here it turns out they're the same. The two data values in the 50th and the 51st positions, they are the same, both equal to 43. But don't always assume that's going to happen, though. Okay, any questions on this one? On this part, I mean, we're not done yet with it, but okay. So we said the mode was 50. Again, that's just, looking at the highest frequency, which is 50 in this case. The frequency is 18. And you get the mean, right? Again, you take each data value, multiply it by its frequency. That's how you get the sum of the data values, right? That's what we do here. And that turns out to be 3,982, right? Because you're getting the sum of the data values. And then how many data values are there? Well, that's the sum of the frequencies. Okay? So in this case, we get 100. So we divide, we get the mean is 39.82. So that's what we get here. Are there any questions for the mode or the mean? Because the median we just did. Okay. All right, let me pause the recording because I don't want to have the video go too long.